Most raggedy. The raggy goes to. Who you got, Ev?
The Texas power grid.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, God damn. That's better than anything I could think of.
Yeah,
Fuck.
shit, right?
Number
You
one.
should have went last.
You asked me. The thing, all this time taking your money and just using it for profit and not weatherizing, not doing anything. It wasn't even like some kind of off the chart storm. This shit happens every year in New York. Mm-hmm. And they can't handle shit and people fucking died.
Yeah.
Most raggedy is that it should have been foreseen and they didn't do anything about it because the goal is to make money. Fuck the Texas power grid and everybody that helps regulate them. And then put the price, because it happened, the second most raggedy would be natural gas in the way that they, or like gas in the way that they commodify it, because they end up basically hiking the prices at the same time. So it's not like it wasn't seen as price gouging the way gasoline is, but because it's actually just like a commodity, it's okay. And they basically then turned around and used different regulation commissions. I think it was a railroad commission to basically allow them to put that on us and our gas bill in the future.
Yep.
So fuck everybody,
Garbage
all
human
the
beings.
people, everybody involved in that whole goddamn thing.
I don't believe that like most humans deserve eternal punishment in hell, because that's really fucked up, and it's like I don't think most people can do something to deserve that. But some of these motherfuckers, man, sometimes I've come very close to reneging on that fucking statement, because like why would you fuck over so many fucking people for some shit like that?
It wasn't an act of God. It wasn't because of scarcity. They did it for profit because that was the goal.
Right.
Yeah. It literally comes down to like a lack of preparedness for the purposes of it was cheaper than being prepared.
It's allowing neoliberalism in your utilities that way. There should be a certain section that would be used, for the people, for the government, like that's regulated.
Yeah.
I think that meets a certain standard. So that doesn't happen. Didn't need to happen. Only happened because of profit.
I got one.
Yep.
Laura Hogue. She was one of the defense attorneys of the McMichaels during the McMichaels and whatever that their fucking neighbor / posse members fuck ass name was. That fucking drove up in their fucking fuck ass trucks, harassed and murdered a black man for jogging through their neighborhood.
Should name post their name. Fuck them.
Their attorney had the motherfucking audacity and gall to go before a jury of people and imply that Ahmaud Arbery deserved to be murdered. And this is like a quote. She said, turning Ahmaud Arbery into a victim after the choices that he made, and I want to say that she stressed that part, does not reflect the reality of what brought Ahmaud Arbery to Satilla Shores in his khaki shorts with no socks to cover his long, dirty toenails. She said that in her closing arguments.
Jesus.
She said that during her closing arguments.
Who is this? Is this
This is the attorney for the McMichaels, meaning she was defending the people who murdered this man for jogging, and they thought he was stealing, but because they didn't find anything stolen on him, he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was simply jogging. Her closing arguments were, and this is a quote, turning Ahmaud Arbery into a victim after the choices that he made does not reflect the reality of what brought Ahmaud Arbery to Satilla Shores, the neighborhood, in his khaki shorts with no socks to cover his long, dirty toenails.
Like, what the fuck does that have to do with this investigation?
Literally nothing. But the only reason why she brought that up was to dehumanize this person, make them seem like a filthy, undesirable. And I think that this is indicative of something that is commonplace in the judicial system. And this motherfucker right here felt comfortable doing so because for some reason she thought it was okay. Maybe she didn't get the memo, but that shit is racist. But I also have a hard time believing she doesn't understand context and when it's the right time to say something as an attorney.
I bet you.
Meaning it's probably worked for her before. Fuck that bitch. Fuck the system that allowed that bitch to exist in the way that she exists. I hope that her life is miserable right now. I want her name all over the place, and I want people fucking with her life. Her name is Laura Hogue. Laura Hogue. Fuck her. LAURAHOGUE.
It's crazy.
Go
like,
swallow a knife, you sack of shit.
It's crazy you gotta foot shame somebody. It's like now, I didn't expect it was like it used to be just like run away from the cops or having your hands up, these things, and then like having stanky feet.
Long.
Like her long toenails.
She's like long, dirty toenails.
So
Like
if
you
you
up there
don't,
trying to call a murder victim musty. Like,
Basically.
it's
Yeah.
She
crazy.
called him a dirty
Well,
subhuman.
right.
yeah, I love how it's just like they shouldn't have been here anyway. It's like, what is that? What are you trying to imply? They say it's amazing what they say
shot him
and what
right
they
in
imply.
his big black lips. Like that's basically like how she was talking. Like, yeah, fuck the bitch, man.
Fuck that lady.
Man, I got a topic for another show, but I watched I saw To Kill a Mockingbird on Broadway in New York. And that shit made me rethink like the whole judicial system and like
It's fucked,
jury by
bro.
peers and all that. Like,
Yeah.
Peers? Are they really your
Who are
peers?
these peers? Yeah.
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 Well, just yeah.
Who called them peers? Did I get to pick them? Did we have like is it like basketball?
Yeah,
where, like,
no,
I
it's
want
just
that
crazy.
guy?
Like you're picking
No,
random
it
people off
should-
the
it should be-
street to
it should
like
be people that
determine
know the
somebody's.
It should be people that know the field and that.
I
don't
kind
know.
of think there should be kind of like professional jurors who are like,
Yeah, and know the harm and think about
trained to
what
be
it takes
unbiased and,
to
like,
pay
you
it
know,
back.
held
Problem
accountable.
with the Supreme Court, it's like lifetime appointments. The way that it's supposed to be is
yeah.
everybody, we the people, are supposed to govern like what we do, and we're supposed to serve on juries. The issue is that there's like a selection process where they weed out people with certain predisposed opinions. So like if I were to go to a jury selection, they might be like, how do you feel about the police? And they're going to give me a bunch of interview questions, and they're going to do their homework about me to see if I've been talking shit about the police. And so then they might decide, oh, you know who we don't want in this case against police officers? This person who's been like anti-police. And so now I don't get selected for the jury. So that does happen.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
yeah,
That process right there is basically what keeps it from being a jury of your peers. Like, who are these peers? Are these my peers? Are these your peers? Who decided that these are my peers?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Meanwhile, if you're playing on a blacktop, you might say, I want that guy. I want that guy. I want that guy. I want that guy. It's not that. They weed out a lot of the people that might be empathetic or sympathetic to your cause, case, or circumstances. And that's why so often you find a lot of disparities towards specific people in our criminal justice system.
Right.
But I digress.
Well,
The Raggedies. Who else gets a Raggedy? What you got?
you gotta give Juicy
Joel
Smoothie
Osteen,
one.
clap back real quick to my
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
my favorite insulator. He has so much money. He's not even burned the money for. He's like, you know what? He was smart. He's like the Elon Musk of
Like, we're not
of
gonna
money
burn the money.
laundering.
We're gonna heat with the
We're
money.
gonna use the money as the insulator to make sure we keep the heat inside, as opposed to
Yeah.
burn. Okay.
True.
All the while, just getting people fired and shit.
You got a Raggy for anybody, Jake?
Greg Abbott, I don't know, Texas.
Yeah.
Government
Yeah,
doing
fuck that
crazy
guy.
fucking shit. Dude, did you see it was an article I was going to share. They just like unveiled a portion of border wall along the Texas thing that was financed by, Texas taxpayer dollars.
Really?
And like also the anti-abortion law, it's putting like $1,000 fucking bounties on doctors' heads.
Yeah.
And also on top of that, doing that in the middle of a pandemic when there's a lot more like, important shit that we should probably be focusing on.
Yeah.
Like it's just the raggediest shit, man. Like
That
I don't
is
know
very
what
raggedy.
I don't know what you think. Like I don't know. Yeah.
No, that's very raggedy. I don't understand how somebody can be all about personal liberty and also be about like
Yeah.
anti-choice.
Yeah. It is
People
really
try to say I'm
contradictory.
pro-life. Like, no, nigga, you're anti-choice.
Right.
Like, you're anti-choice.
Yeah. You don't care if the child's actually like has health insurance or anything like that. You just It is crazy.
Or
Be
and also
born
people saying,
and then fend for yourself, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, and
Well,
those same
the
people
truth-
saying like pro-choice when it comes to vaccines, but then also like not wanting people to get abortions. Like it's
weird. Yeah, it doesn't
Wild.
make any sense. It's very raggedy.
well, it's also
yeah,
when,
man.
you, when, you,
it's
when you get
fucking-
down to when you get down to in order to, like I think it costs like $240,000 to basically take care of a kid up to 18 or something. It's a
like
thing that
that.
basically makes it so if you have a kid at a certain point, you're never gonna rise above an economic class. I don't know if you guys have seen Made.
Yeah, I've been watching
Made.
it.
So
That show
Made,
is
it's really a
heartbreaking.
show of what's interesting about it is you have this woman that it's coming out of like a abusive situation, has a kid, but has to like rise to the occasion and really has to go through some terrible shit to come out of it. And people want to use it as like that. Look, this person can get out of this thing, but she comes out and saying in these interviews, being like, no, like you want to use this to celebrate that anybody can get out of this stuff. People want to have the hero story to say, look, anybody can get out of this. Like, I had a friend, like, had this student is great. They have like, they don't have a father and their mother has 8 jobs and it's like, look, they can get out of it. It's like, it's a way to be like letting people die at the wayside. But look, these people
It's
can survive.
tokenism.
Yeah, it's really wild.
Even
Anybody
like
that
the word
thinks like that's
token is
raggedy.
specifically interesting. It's like
Yeah.
it's like bread and circuses. I'm gonna throw you this half loaf of bread, so you can be like, see
You
that motherfucker's eating.
It's
Look at him
like-
over there eating bread and shit. And everyone's like, get him. That nigga's got bread.
Yeah, that guy has raggedy toenails.
Yeah, right.
And then there's somebody else that
Christ, that fuck ass lady.
I'm just saying.
No, I understand. She
It's a
sucks so
yin yang
much.
what we're talking about. You know?
Yeah, yin yang.
I'm sorry.
Isn't it interesting how the
Yin yang,
rappers
yin
yin yang have replaced the philosophy of yin and yang? People will say yin yang more often than they say yin yang.
Right.
Like yeah.
And that's all. And that's all. Chances are that's how them motherfuckers just thought it was said. Like, oh, yin yang. Like,
Yeah.